Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie and I make videos all about my US immigration journey. And I know that it's been a minute since I last did a video like this, and that is because I have been kind of busy with life lately. 29th of January I finally started my job, and this is my first ever US job. And to be frankly speaking, or to be completely honest, I think this might be the first job that I see myself working and growing in the company, like in the next 5-10 years. And I'm so excited for that because there's just a lot of opportunities to grow within this company, and I have been very lucky so far with my husband and with my job and with my family here in the United States. And I thank God for all that, because if not for him, then all of this would be like nothing. But anyway, so I wanted to give you guys an update as well about my adjustment of status, or my Form I-485, because I got approved. Yes, February 17, 2024, my application got approved, and I saw this notification. It's not even a notification because they really don't notify you via text or email. You just have to really constantly check your case status online so that you can make plans or whatever based on the update of your case. Because I've been approved since Feb 17, and today's February 24, so that's like a week. Is it 24? Yes, it's Feb 24, so it's been a week since the approval, but I have not yet received my approval letter in the mail. So there's a lot of things to do still after the 485, or the conditional green card, is approved. The first thing that we need to do is, of course, wait for the approval notice. And then after the approval notice, the card itself will come in a separate mail. So again, the waiting time for this is 2 to 3 weeks from the sending, or from the receiving of the approval notice to receiving of the actual card. This is the same like time frame that I waited for my employment authorization. So it was also roughly around a 3-week time frame from online approval to actually receiving the card in the mail. So I'm not in a hurry for anything, but since I am working now, I need to plan my my days off. And since I'm new to the company, I obviously don't have paid vacation yet. So this will be like an unpaid time off work. And I also have all my dental stuffs going on, so I need to time that with my processing, because when you get your green card, you need to update the Social Security office that your status is now like a legal resident in the US. So you need to update your SSA, so they remove the restriction of your Social Security, because it would have something like valid with work permit, blah blah blah, something like that. So that needs to be taken out of your Social Security number. And then once you accomplish that, you then need to go to the DMV or BMV. For Indiana, it's BMV. A lot of people are on TikTok are asking, why do I keep saying BMV when it's DMV for them. Well, for Indiana, it's kind of different. It's BMV, or Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Okay, so you also need to go to BMV so that they can update your profile on their system and give you an updated license. So my license came in the mail weeks ago, actually, before my temporary license could expire, like 3 days before I got my card in the mail. If they were not able to send mean my actual card, I would have gone back to BMV to secure another another temporary permit, which is only valid for like a month. But thank God it came like 3 days before my temporary permit expired. So we're good on that. But then I still have to go back to freaking update my card so that they could remove all those restrictions. So I could be like a normal citizen, not a citizen, normal legal resident. Okay, so that's what we need to do after we receive our green card. Update the Social Security and update BMV. What is next after 485? So my approval is dated Feb 17, 2024. It is a conditional green card, 2 year conditional green card. That means that I could only apply for a 10-year green card or the removal of conditions after 2 years. So after 2 years, actually, before the 2-year mark from the time of your green card approval, 90 days from that, so it's like 21 months from February 17, that would be around November of 2025, I would need to file I-751. That is the application for removal of conditions or the 10-year green card. And then, so while waiting for that, and if I hit my 3rd year in the United States from the date of my green card approval, I could concurrently file for N400. N400 is the application for naturalization or citizenship. Diba? And all those filings, the I-751, the N400, of course comes with another set of fees. Thousands and thousands of dollars for this immigration status. But it's all good because it's like 2 years from now, so we can save up for that. And also, one thing to take note, the USCIS this spring, I believe April 2024, will increase or will implement the new pricing for all application fees of everything that you have to do with immigration with the USCIS. I believe it's roughly around 40% increase. So that's not really very nice, but what can we do, right? I will try to put in the screen like the relevant pricing for K1, AOS, and I-751, the removal of conditions, and the N400 on the screen, just so you're aware of the price increase. And also effective this spring, 765 and I-131 employment authorization and your travel document will no longer be free when you concurrently file it with your I-485. So as I speak right now, free pa siya. I believe we paid a total amount of $1,225 for all 3 forms, the 485, 765, and 131. But come this spring, the price will change and the 2 forms will no longer be free. So that's an important thing that you guys should take note of so that you could, prepare financially for this. And because it's not like it's insignificant, it is a 40%, if I'm not mistaken, it's a significant price increase and something that we really need to consider for in our cash flows. So what else? I guess that's that for my AOS update. Let's move on to the next topic, which is my experience, my first time going to work, my first week going to work was the most stressful week of my work weeks so far. Like the second week and the third week is like all good. Like I had no issues, but for, there's driving here in the US, as I've mentioned, like in a lot of my previous videos, it's so different for me coming from an island in the Philippines where there was no rules or anything. People just do what they wanted to do, and then to come here that there are rules and the rules are strictly implemented. It's kind of a really huge difference for my brains to process. It might not be for the same for everyone else, but to me, my goodness, it was just And on top of that, okay, I work from 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, and I do paid I don't take lunch breaks. So I work for 9 hours in a day. I stay in the facility. I work in a steel mill in the quality department. So I'm kind of the internal auditor for this company. And so I that's my job. And it's a 9-hour day for me. And to get to my job, it's about 15 miles from home. In kilometers, it's about 19 kilometers from home. And there are obviously multiple routes to get to work, but because I am scared to drive in the highway and stuff, I take the back roads. And right now I'm still taking the back roads, but I figured out the best route for me, the shortest route, and the route which has fewer turns, which is like right now I cannot complain. My drive to work and from work to home is smooth. And last week there was snow, and actually it's snowing right now. No, it snowed last night and the snow is melting right now, but I'm happy that I don't get to drive today, because last week, I think it was, yeah, sometime last week, yeah, Friday last week, I drove home and it was snowing and there was ice on the road, and it was just a different driving experience. More than anything, it was crazy because you really have to drive slow, and your stopping distance, you need to increase your stopping distance because your car won't stop like the way how it normally would when it's not snowing. So that's a whole different conversation. So anyway, without the snow, my struggle was during my first week, it was very dark. I had to leave like an hour before my clock in time because I drive slow and there might be some hiccups or some obstructions along the way. I don't know, and I didn't want to be late. So I leave the house at around 7 a.m. and the whole driving time is like 45 minutes for me. Well, right during my first week, but right now it's like almost every time consistently at 25 minutes. So I am getting there. I am very much improving when it comes to my daily commute. So then anyway, I missed a lot of my turns during my first week of driving. Like I missed my turns. In the intersections here in the US, like 1, 2, especially in the T intersections, it's like a two-way stop, and then there's this traffic that they don't have a stop sign or whatever. And because I take the back roads and it's still very dark at 7 a.m., and sometimes I miss to see the stoplights, and I'm too anxious to look at my map on my dashboard while I'm driving, just because I was just so anxious the whole time. The first week of working, for whatever reason, I was super anxious. I wasn't anxious about the job or meeting people. That was all good. It's actually very fun and interesting to me, but the driving thing is the worst part of my work life. It was the worst part, because now it's not the worst. It's actually all very good. So yeah, I had two close calls during my first week. It's like it was really bad, but then God wanted me to live. That's why I'm still here. But you know, I'm sharing this story with you because if you are a Filipina and you're here in the United States and you're experiencing the same thing, you're getting anxious about driving and all that, even though I drove back home in the Philippines, I still get anxious to this day driving here because it's a very different situation. It's a very different geography and all that. So, but then, like I always say, practice makes perfect. It's like the more hours that you put in behind the wheels, the more confidence that you build. So there is no way in going. There's no shortcuts or to go. There's no other way around it. You just really have to do it. Kailangan lang talaga presence of mind and of course prayers. Presence of mind and prayers. Yeah. So, yun lang. When it comes to working and my coworkers and the what do you call this? The environment. My work environment is top notch. Professionalism. I can't even. It's very up there. The standards, like I've never seen or witnessed before, and it's kind of challenging in my part. Not challenging like it's bad. It's challenging because it's kind of something that I have to improve on, like and learn. Like all these standards back in the Philippines, we didn't follow any standards yet because our company is relatively like was a new company and was still getting there. But this one is an established company and they follow multiple standards, and those I have to learn on top of the products that we produce and the processes that we do to produce these products, and so much people to meet and remember the names and the faces because I'm never good with faces and names, so that's a big challenge to me actually, but nothing that we can't overcome. We're just going through this. It's just my third week, so that's all good. And yeah, well, first during my first week, I learned already. Actually, my boss assigned a training for me and my other colleague. We are going to New Orleans, that's in Louisiana, in July, from July 15 to 19 or 20, something like that. It's like a full week. In that time frame, I will be sent to attend basic auditor training under the Association of American Railroads, because we manufacture railroads and all that. So that's exciting. And in my first week, like OMG, I'm already like knowing that I'm gonna go through these trainings. Like I would love to be trained as much as possible because that's the only way that I can also improve myself. So I'm all for that. And so yeah, so that happened my first week. And then since my job offer was given to me last year, November 15, 2023, this opening of the year 2024, they had it's a company-wide increase. Like it's like their annual increase. So I was just so surprised because on my day one, I was handed like a pink slip. Nakasulat on the pink slip that I am going to receive this much increase based on my job offer from last year. So I'm like, it feels like I got promoted or something with the increase that I received, and it wasn't really something that I expected on my day one. So that's awesome. And what else? So compensation wise, I think jobs here in the US are compensated really well. However, again, everything here is also very expensive. So the taxes are a lot. There's like Medicare tax, there's a federal tax, there's a state tax, there's county tax, there's social security tax. So those are the 5 taxes that I'm familiar of that they're taking off my paycheck. And so that makes up about 30% of my income goes to tax. There are multiple ways to lower your tax bracket. So one of the ways is, of course, to contribute, to do the pre-tax contributions. So I have just registered to contribute to my 401k, which is actually one of the things that we are very excited about, because this company that I'm working for matches the 401k for it changes every quarter, but it varies, but it's averaging 50%. So what we are doing is 40% of my income will be contributed to my 401k, and that 40% of my income, my company will match approximately 50%, like maximum of the 401k contribution. So I'm like, why would I want to leave this company if they're gonna match my retirement like this crazy? I mean, it's unheard of. Like, and this is on top of every other benefit that they are giving to their employees. I'm just like, I want to say more, but I don't want to sound like I'm inviting you to work for this company, but it's really a very good employer. Clue, it's number 55 on Forbes 2024. I think it's great large employers, something like that, the number 55. So we're there, and that's awesome. What else? Ano lang, my vacation days, I won't have any until July 2024, end of July 2024. So that's the first set of vacations that I get. It's like a week vacation, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that, because we don't really have vacation plans anytime soon. The good thing is it can roll over to the next year in 2025. So by that time I would have 4 weeks of vacation, and that's awesome. And that can also be convertible to, it's also convertible to cash if unused. So there's that. It's another additional income. Yeah, having to work here, I feel bad for the workforce in the Philippines, because the pay is really not that good, and most employers are very strict with qualifications and all that ish. So I don't want to really compare, but I can't help myself from comparing, because I've worked there for 9.5 years and I have never felt this much compensated for my time. You really are made to feel like you are a valuable resource to the company. So that makes me want to do more for them, because they're also very, very good to me. So yeah. I guess that's that for now. I don't really know what to share, because I don't know, blanco yung utak ko ngayon. Anyway, there's this one agency that reached out to me. Like, they wanted to do a collaboration on the K1 visa. They help people, Filipinos and US citizens to like, I'm not sure if they're just doing US visas, but they assist um, in these applications like K1 visa, the AOS, and whatever not. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that collaboration with them, just because I did this whole process by myself with my fiance. So we worked on this together, and there was a lot of research behind that. Would I recommend DIY? I definitely would recommend do it yourself visa applications, but then again, it's not for everyone. A lot of people have been asking me on YouTube, on TikTok, so much questions about the forms and the requirements. So I did not just wake up and learn about all the things that I had to submit, or the line items, the questions that were on the forms. I did a lot of research on those. So if you do not have the time to research, and if you're not like the type of person who wants to do all the work, then it would be good for you to use an agency to facilitate your visa applications. But it is going to be quite expensive to do so. But then if you have the money, why not, right? So it's a disclaimer is that those agencies do not necessarily make the application process faster. It's because it's beyond them. It's within the control of USCIS, Department of Homeland Security, National Visa Center, when it comes to the actual processing times. What they say, what they claim, yung sinasabi nilang mas mapapadali ang pag-process ng visa, it's because they will assist you and help you in making sure that you filled out your forms correctly, like all your documents are in place and you're not missing anything, and they're making you understand the process. That is their role. But it's not that magic na the 2-year process will be shortened into like a 3-month process, because it doesn't work like that. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear from them, because they emailed me 3 times actually, so we could talk about how we are gonna do this. So yeah, I haven't heard from them. I told them I'd be free tomorrow, Sunday EST, Sunday evening. That's Monday morning in the Philippines, and that is my only free time, because most of the time I'm really tired coming from work during the weekdays. So I don't have my work is like, it's not like lifting or whatever, it's like an auditor's work. So but then you get mentally drained. So that's why I'd love to take my time during the weekdays, evening time, to just wind down, watch a good movie with my husband, you know, all those stuff, and not do extra work. So my only time for social media actually is the weekends. And let me know, please, if there's any content ideas that you would like me to do, and please also give me a feedback about this setup. Right now I have been using my Sony ZV-E10 since my last upload. That was the grocery haul with my stepdaughter. So I don't know about the audio, and I really actually did not edit it, like change the quality or whatnot, because it's just too intense for me and I can't do it right now. So I hope this is like acceptable. So anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope that you're all doing well, and yeah, I will see you in the next one.